Hello there, this is David from David Books and Comics, and today I'm going to show you some of my old ECs. Uh, this is issue number 15 of Weird Science and issue number 20 of Weird Science. So the covers of this is a very rough copy. If you look carefully there, you can see that the cover is detached. But I can assure you that I'm not going to take it out of the bag, but I can assure you that the comic book is complete. The cover art is by Wally Wood. It's unsigned, but I know it's by Wally Wood. And let's see if I see there. Nope, it's Wally Wood. And we know definitely, and you see there, this is a EC's adaptation of a story by Ray Bradbury. And beautiful cover art. This one, it looks like it's a detached cover. Anyway, so that's Weird Science number 20. I also have an original EC Weird copy, Weird Fantasy issue of Weird Fantasy number 15. It says Science, so Weird Science Fantasy, you can say. And the cover art is signed by Feldstein. This is another iconic cover. This one, I think it's detached. This is number 15 of Weird Science Fantasy, Weird Fantasy, and the cover art is by Feldstein. And this one, also by Feldstein, is number 16. This one's attached, but barely. Very famous cover. So that's number 16. And this one is one of the most famous. This is Frank Frazetta's cover for Weird Fantasy number 21. So these are the original ECs. Then I'll go through the some of the hardcover books that I have. This is number 1 of the Weird Science, the collection of Weird Science. This is a facsimile. Just move these out of the way. And its publisher is a guy named Russ Cochran, is the publisher of these. Copyright, of course, is by William Gaines. So starts with Weird Science number 12, and you have a cover by, it looks like Kriegstein, and that's a Harvey Kurtzman cover, or a story called Lost in the Microcosm. And these are genuinely SF, science fiction. Genuine science fiction stories with beautiful art, really well written stories. And this one is called The Dream of Doom. I'll just show you some of them. I won't show you all. Anyway, beautiful, beautiful artwork. This looks like the work of Joe Orlando. Sure. It's not signed. There's The Machine from Nowhere. Slip they have. Yeah, there's an Al Feldstein cover. And the whole story is on the cover. You can see reports coming in from around the country concerning these weird disc-shaped aircraft are preposterous, says the guy who looks like a general, while the spacecraft fly in over the White House. So that's Weird Science. That's a copy of Weird Science number 13. Here's another Al Feldstein cover. And that was the early version of the Comics Code Authority. Right there. So there you go. So that's the first volume. And I have the volume 2, another Al Feldstein cover. I'll just look through some of these stories. And this is It Was the Monster from the Fourth Dimension. Some of these stories are amazing. And here is Beyond Repair. Oh yes. Go to the end. Guess what? She was beyond repair. That's why the story is called Beyond Repair. There's the probes. This is a Wally Wood. Very detailed, very expressive. The EC work of Wally Wood is much better than some of the later work that he did for companies like Tower. Much more expressive, as an example of these 3 panels. And Weird Science, another Wally Wood, The Gray Cloud of Death. So that's that one. That's volume 2. And this is volume 3. Let's move that to the side here. These are beautiful, beautiful books. And this is a Wally Wood classic, Wally Wood. A gobble is a Nog's best friend. Beautiful detailed work by Wood. Excellent characterization in terms of continuity of art from panel to panel. And there's The Last Man by Jack Kamen. And again, Kamen is probably his best work. And there's the denouement, the climax. Lo and behold, brother and sister. So much for The Last Man. Anyway, so that's that one. That's volume 3. And in the slipcase is volume 4. You saw the original cover for this. And EC's adaptation of a story by Ray Bradbury. So you know that the quality of the stories in Weird Science and EC's books were quite high. Russ Cochran's the publisher. Mars is Heaven. How's that for a story? Copyright 1948 by Ray Bradbury. is that? Yeah, that's number 18. The snap ending. Disassembled. It's number 19. This is obviously a pre-code horror because of the horrible depiction of that poor astronaut. And there's a portrait of the late great Ray Bradbury, born on August 22nd, 1920 in Waukegan, Illinois. The precious years. The one who waits. The right button. Okay, so that's Weird Science. And that all fits in a slipcase. And we also have Weird Fantasy. And here we have number 18, or sorry, number 1, volume 1 of number 14 of Weird Fantasy. Another Al Feldstein cover. Beautiful science fiction stories. Genuine science fiction is only the best way to describe it. And there's the weird kind of covers that Al Feldstein's known for. And we have Destination Moon. And there's what Mr. William M. Gaines looks like, the publisher of Mad. So that's that one. That's volume 1. And here's volume 2. How's that for a beautiful cover? Al Feldstein. Features introductions. There's number 8. Is that? Yeah, it's Jack Kamen. Yeah, Kamen also drew the Phantom Lady, which I have a collection of those. A complete set of the Phantom Lady reprints. And here is Wally Wood, Spawn of Mars. And it looks like there's inks. The inks look like the work of Frank Frazetta. Let's see, the cover artist. Yeah, this looks like the work of Frank Frazetta's in terms of inking. The artwork is definitely wood. There's a Jack Kamen. Much more detailed than his work on the Phantom Lady comic book for Fox Features. There's Canaan. The Connection. These were incredibly well-written stories by very imaginative writers and artists. Saturn's Rings. Which one's that? Number 11. Yep, so that's that one. That's number 2. Just move that to the side. And we'll give you number 3. This has 12 to 17. Project Survival. And there's the picture of Joe Orlando, one of the artists of this issue, but that's Wally Wood, obviously. Incredible story. A Lesson in Anatomy. That's a Jack Kamen. There's Mars. It's on one of the moons, I guess. The End. The Trip. Weird Fantasy, number 14. The Exile. He's always had shock endings. How's that for a shock ending? There's the Expert, number 15. So this is volume 3, and it collects Weird Fantasy 12 to 17. And here is volume 4. Look at one of the most, here you saw the original Weird Fantasy number 21 that I showed you earlier with the beautiful Frank Frazetta cover. It says Counterclockwise. 0 Hour. It's one of the best issues. Number 18. Yes. And here's Judgment Day, one of the most famous stories ever published by EC. Features an astronaut coming to a planet where they have orange robots and blue robots. But the astronaut is judging whether the planet should be part of this galactic system of planets or not. He just notices that the orange robots are not given the same equal rights as the blue robots, or vice versa. Yeah, orange only. So the blue robots are excluded. But guess what? In the last panel, we see these words. And inside the ship, the man removed his space helmet and shook his head, and the instrument lights made the beads of perspiration on his dark skin twinkle like distant stars. Of course, the planet was not accorded membership in this galactic community because of their discriminatory practices. And this is Weird Fantasy number 19. Number 20. For Us the Living. Great, great stories. This doesn't, it says John Severin, so I know it does look like it's the work of John Severin. Has his style. And there's iRocket. And iRocket does have, it looks like, oh, Al Williamson, right? Yeah, that's Al Williamson. Some of his best work was done on EC's comic books. Beautiful black and white art. Best stuff. So there you go. So that's volume 4. And this is the postcode. Comics Code Authority, incredible science fiction. Clean start. There's the detailed, meticulous work of Wallace Wood. Clean start. This one, this issue featured some that were reprints. Here's number 32 of Incredible Science Fiction. And there's Al Williamson. Beautiful, detailed artwork. Enhanced by the black and white style without the coloring. He has the obvious influences of Alex Raymond, but with a bit more realism than Raymond had, I would think. Some of his best work was done for EC. So there you go. So that's that one. And the last one I have is this one. It's called Weird Science Fantasy. Cover art is by Wally Wood. Acknowledgements. Interior artwork, Wally Wood. Beautiful details. So there you go. So that's my foray into weird science fantasy. So I hope you enjoyed this, especially seeing these original comic books. Weird Fantasy number 21 with cover art by Frank Frazetta. Al Feldstein, Weird Fantasy number 15. Wally Wood, Weird Science number 20. Weird Fantasy 16, Al Feldstein, Weird Fantasy 14, and Weird Science number 15. So I hope you enjoyed this foray into some of the Golden Age EC comic books, some of the best written science fiction to appear in anthology graphic art comic books. I hope you enjoyed, and it's well worth seeing and reading this collection for its impact on not just on popular culture, but on science fiction as a whole. Inspired a lot of modern science fiction. So thank you for watching, and thank you for all who subscribed to my channel, and continue to remember to hit the like, and feel free to comment and ask away. And the reason why I'm presenting these is because someone asked and commented on wanting to see the EC stuff. So thanks for asking, and thanks for watching. Bye.